At Empower Us, we're delivering compelling conversations on nonprofit tech and fundraising. We're bringing together nonprofit leaders in the field and tech providers that are powering missions around the world. Meet JD Beebe, co-founder and CEO of ThankView. We're discussing his story, the company mission, the importance of digital stewardship, and the power of video for nonprofit fundraising.
I'm JD Beebe. I'm the CEO and co-founder at ThankView. ThankView is a personalized video platform that helps universities and nonprofits send 1 or 1,000 personalized videos to thank donors, raise funds, and create more awareness.
Why did you start a company serving nonprofits?
Funny story, that was not the original intent. We actually started ThankView for my wedding. I didn't want to have to handwrite the wedding notes and thought that was a big enough problem that we could solve it, being able to do it with personalized video. It was after I received a bookmark after making a donation from my alma mater that I thought this would work really well within the university space. And then thereafter, just fundraising in general, just thought it was a great application to be able to say thank you with a real personal touch in the nonprofit space.
How has your original vision evolved over the years?
Obviously, from the people we were targeting, that's the biggest pivot. But I'd say the intent is still the same. It's still kind of meant to marry the personal and the sincere with the efficiency of technology. So that's just what we're still doing with all of our clients. Just that's still face to face, person to person, but then being able to scale it in ways that can address larger audiences than you'd have at your wedding.
What makes ThankView different from other fundraising tools?
We're really the ones kind of really trying to help pioneer or usher in a kind of video first approach. So video is the cornerstone of everything we do. It is the medium in which we tell any of our stories or deliver any of our messages. And in doing that, really kind of simple tricks like, including the word video in your subject line increases the open rate by 18%. Right there, we're getting more people to it. They're intrigued by what they see. They go and they actually start to engage with your message. Because we know that that's happening, we also know how long people are spending with your message. So if they're actually absorbing it or not, which again, if you open an email, you don't know if they can read. And then what we've seen with using video is from a fundraising perspective, we had one client do an A/B test with generic emails versus ThankView. They raised 74% more with ThankView. So this is all to say, I think video just can deliver a message and really drive home a point better than other mediums can. So that's what we really think kind of differentiates ThankView.
Do you have a personal favorite cause or campaign?
This will not be unique. I'm a sucker for cute kids and puppies, which a lot are featured in our Humane Society partners and hospitals. One was just a young girl who had gotten treatment at one of our partners' hospitals, and then obviously had recovered very well and was just giving a very cute thank you to all the donors with her cute dog on her lap. So it was a double whammy. Just saying thank you so much for everyone who allowed that moment to happen. And it's just little things like that. I think it's just really it's really reaffirming when we see just people saying thank you and like being really personal and true about it. That makes it really easy to kind of get up and want to do this every day.
What defines your company culture?
We at the direction of a lot of people, we made our mission statement, we made our principles, and gratitude is definitely kind of the centerpiece of those principles. And the way we kind of think about it is, both from an external and internal perspective, is that nothing is given, everything will end. I know that seems like a little macabre, but just knowing that everything is somewhat momentary, our success is momentary, that the failures will be momentary, and that we just should approach the time in front of us kind of with positivity and try to just bring our best selves to it. The way that kind of shines through the group is being able to be very open and honest with each other, being able to own mistakes and not feel like, oh God, if I can't put my head up, or I don't want to admit that I did this wrong. And then at the same time, really remember that we are a company because we have clients and partners. We are never to think ourselves too big to fail, or that there's something special entirely about us, when we're just here because we have a bunch of people that we're serving.
Why is stewardship so critical right now?
I think anytime something like this kind of comes along, it shakes people up. And again, you kind of grab those that are closest to you. And in the case of nonprofits, those closest, those most important to them are their donors, at any level. And I think it's easy to forget that when we're so hyper focused on, I need to hit these fundraising numbers, I need to plan this event, I need to, I need to make sure the board is happy with the progress we're making. You kind of forget that it's the sinew between those other moments is the stewardship, in which you are thanking them, telling them what you're doing with their donations, and really just trying to create that connection, because that's why people keep coming back. They might come to you because of an emotional moment, but they'll stay with you if you can build a relationship.
What kind of ROI have you seen on investing in stewardship?
Stewardship has no direct ROI. It's very fuzzy ROIs. It's like, oh, we sent this many people replied back. And then you can start to see it in your retention numbers. But often that's not usually, again, it's not the big sexy number that's right in front of people, which is that number of dollars raised, number of donors in that campaign. Yeah, we definitely have, Boston University, who actually is my alma mater and our first client. They actually saw that using ThankViews, they were able to retain 15% more first-time donors than through other mediums. So again, when you're doing it right, and doing it right doesn't have to mean that you have to have 1,000 touch points. It literally just means send out that personalized video, especially if I can say direct to Mitch, hey Mitch, thank you for your gift of $100. That does mean a lot. And then follow it up just with very simple touch points. And that's, I'd say, our best clients, our most successful clients have taken that plunge into the fully personalized, maybe not for everyone, but for a segment, personalizing that touch point message, because the response they see and they get back is so overpowering. Then that encourages them to do more and more and more. And again, it's just a relationship is built, with 1,000 bricks. It's not just one big wall.
What are the barriers to nonprofits practicing better stewardship?
I think often it comes down to time or focus. Again, it's really the levers on which you as the employee of the nonprofit, if it's not your company, what you're being graded on. And often that like updates and some of that stuff, like just as you mentioned, you might be in the development office and that's the communications, that's their problem. I think often that can get in the way. But certainly it's the time. What we do, we've built a platform to make it as easy to personalize at scale as you can. But still, if I want to say, hey, Mitch, thank you for your $100, I still have to say it. And I have to go down to the next line. I could maybe grab a bunch of the Mitches and say, hey, Mitch, thank you for your donation. But everything does take time. It can't, this cannot be fully automated, which I think gets to the heart of what stewardship is. It shouldn't be fully automated. It should have a human element to it. Doesn't mean everything has to be personalized, but they should see you as an individual, because, again, because it's because of you that they exist.
What skills do your most successful customers have?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'd say there's kind of two roads to success, especially when you're first starting out. Obviously, with working with a lot of universities, they have great student workers that tend to help them, especially with their phonathons and things of that nature. So I think setting some consistency so it doesn't become like, I have 1,000 donors, I have to thank them all today. You don't. Split it up. Let's do as phone calls or donations come in, let's thank them kind of in those those little pockets, so you're not building a mountain out of a molehill. And the other thing is simply, I think, just starting, and especially with video, even more so than other mediums. If you watch this entire video and I know you get to the end, that tells me something about you and your relationship to what I've sent you. So we can start using that data to then say, okay, let me kind of blast out like our advertisement for the year. Here is what X, Y, and Z nonprofit is doing. You see who engages with it most, and then you start to create those subsets and start reaching out, whether it's through more videos or calls or emails. Because then, again, there's only so many hours in the day. But if you can identify those people who are looking to engage with you in that way, or have the disposition to be engaged, then you can focus your energy there. I mean, I know a lot of people tend to do it through like, how much have they given? What's their giving capacity? I think there's a reason why we have major gift officers, and I'm not trying to dissuade that, but most major gift donors started off as smaller donors. So I think it's really important to use the tools at your disposal, find out who's engaged with your message, and then continue to engage with them. And that might come from any of those levels.
How can anyone improve their video content?
It's well, wine always helps. I find that wine helps. But yeah, just be yourself. When you stumble or you say like or you pause, keep it in there. It is human. You don't have to be 100% polished or perfect. And the thing is, certainly, we're only about 6 years old, but like it is, every grandma and grandpa knows how to use FaceTime now for the grandkids. So just realize like it's nothing to get too intimidated about. You just have to start. And once you start going, even if you're like, oh, I'm looking weird today, it's like, again, half of my face feels frozen, but you guys are saying it looks fine. So you just got to roll with it. It's the humanity in the video that I think speaks to people, not that it's perfect.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this week's discussion. Be sure to join Empower Us for more resources and one-on-one help in finding the tech solutions you need. If you have any feedback or suggestions, you can email us at info@empowerus.org. Thank you.